Don't be a boob. For more videos like this one, please subscribe to this channel.
I saw they have that too, but the assignments are going to be appropriate for the weather. So Steph, I bet it's a lot of like, go outside and, you know, build a snowman.
Right, that's a great assignment.
I'd love that,
right?
Yeah.
Maybe for the little kids, you can add up how many, you know, balls you make or something like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
There's a lot you could do out there. Greensboro, a little bit of snow coming on through for us right now. It's all very much on the light side. It's not just Greensboro. Over to Raleigh, we have the rain, and in between there, of course, there's Cary, Gardner, Burlington. All these areas are going to see this messy weather. Last time we actually had a big storm in this area, it's been a few years. So it's time. It is time for some nice big southern snow, wouldn't you say, to come on through Raleigh. We are seeing just the rain with those milder temperatures down towards Fayetteville and Rockingham, too. On the backside, there is a chance we'll see a little bit of snow mixing with some of that rain. Raleigh, I don't think we're going to get loads of accumulation, but I think it will be a nice novelty and fun, and it's Friday going into the weekend. You can get some good Instagram pictures because that's all it seems to be about anymore, right? Is like the Instagram shot. Make sure you get the picture out there. Send me an IG. If it's not on Instagram, it didn't happen. So from Raleigh to Sanford, maybe an inch through tonight. And as we look at Charlotte, we're also warm, 38 degrees with that rain. But again, on the backside, can we get some snow to pull into it? I think we'll see a little bit of a mix. I'm not really expecting accumulations here in Charlotte, even on the grass. It's just so warm, and it's not really going to be a whole lot that's going to be coming down. But it's still fun, Jim. An inch of snow in the south, or even a half an inch, or just novelty flakes is very exciting.
Yeah, but notice where they
Instead of making a snowman, you should just see how high you can stack those balls.
It reminds me of like when you're hiking and you have those rock cairns,
the
like
rocks.
marked trails.
Yes.
So you're just like
Yes.
marking the time spent in snow.
So, to be honest, I actually was going to do exactly just that.
Oh, really?
But then,
Great
you know,
minds,
it kind of
Jordan.
hurts the back, and you're on the ground.
Come on,
Anyway,
you're a young lad.
I'm complaining now.
I think it was the sledding incident that took out your back.
It probably was the sledding incident that did it, Jordan. Sorry about that. Well, if you are shoveling the driveway, be careful because shoveling snow can be tough on your back, but also on your cardiovascular system.
Yeah, and it's actually strongly associated with the risk of heart attacks. Meteorologist Alex Wilson explains what you need to know to stay safe. All right, so how much snow are you really shoveling? You need some bragging rights out there if you're shoveling your whole driveway.
And bravo to Jen for finding this, because this is an equation made easy. Assume your driveway is 16 feet by 40 feet. And by the way, someone tweeted us and was like, well, what if it's like 70 feet?
Right,
I said,
this is just the average
you need a
driveway
plow
size.
if
Yes.
it's bigger than this. But I digress. If you get 2 inches of snow, that's like carrying 20 gold bars. Those are heavy.
I've never carried one, but I'm
How
curious.
about a kangaroo? Have you carried a kangaroo?
No, neither. But that's like 4 inches of snow is the weight of 7 kangaroos. So it's a lot of weight. You're burning a lot of calories, too.
And we know how hard it is to move pianos.
Yeah.
And we're talking not baby, we're talking grand pianos. 6 inches. It's like 2 grand pianos.
I mean, this assumes like your typical 10-to-1 ratio snow. The snow we have out there, I think, is a little bit wetter, so it's actually heavier. So I'm going to add a little to these.
All right, 3 horses if you have 8 inches, and then 3 polar bears, I should say. What that's so interesting about, you know, polar bears, I don't know, for some reason I don't think polar bears are so exceptionally heavy, but they are big animals.
Oh, yeah, they're big. They're bears.
They have claws.
Can they hibernate?
Jim.
Right.
I'll take the gold bars, by the way.
Right. Oh.
Imagine, and it's hard to do because how can water exist below 32 degrees and not be a solid?
And not be ice.
Right.
It happens all the time in the sky.
Exactly.
All the time.
At lower
Those clouds
pressures.
up there are actually filled a lot of the times with super cooled water droplets. So it's water that exists below 32 degrees. But when you bring a plane through those, something happens.
Right. You actually create a low pressure
Yeah, that's why the
with
plane
that plane.
flies.
And you mix the air a little bit, and you actually allow for crystallization or nucleation, as we like to call it.
So you get some ice crystals.
It falls out, right? Those ice crystals fall out.
They fall out, and they actually start evaporating some of the other water droplets, if you will, around, or super cool droplets, and you get these holes. And we could see it from satellite yesterday, which is so cool.
We can see
over
it.
South Florida.
So imagine you've got all these airports: Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Boca Raton, you know, obviously West Palm Beach, and their aircrafts take off to the northwest and also land from the north, or I'm sorry, take off northwest and land from the northwest.
Yeah.
So
They're punching through.
You can see
they're
the
punching through.
holes
Yeah, you can see all these holes
elongated
right
in
there.
those directions.
I also want to point out that some of them aren't just like holes. They're actually longer, elongated areas. You can see at the very beginning of the loop. Right, let's see.
So is that based on the rate
right there.
of decline and ascension?
So a really
the
shallow ascent is going to give you these, what they call them is cloud canals, if you will.
Oh, wow. I did not know that until today.
Yeah.
Jen
So
Carfagno, man, when it comes to researching something,
well, I am in
she's
the
all
Cloud
over it.
Appreciation Society, so I got a number.
Well, I think we all are after today, right? We all are after today. Steph, over
Yeah,
to
I've
you.
never heard cloud canals. That's a good one, Jen. I haven't heard them use that one. All right, it's time now for your moment of Zen. Deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. We're going to leave you now on a beautiful frosty morning in Ashland, Wisconsin along Lake Superior. With these storms are potentially seeing spin-ups. You could have water spouts, and those could come on shore. That's the main concern this morning with these line of storms. Now, typically, your water spouts aren't super strong. It is a tornado, however. It's on water. So a tornado and a water spout, it's the same thing. We just call them something a little bit different depending if they're on land or if they're on water. But that rain's going to be coming on in. So if you go up 65 from Montgomery to Clanton to Hoover to Birmingham, you're going to see that rain. And then, by the way, Birmingham, on the back side of the system, you could actually change over to a little bit of snow. And so that's going to be once this whole system rotates through, because we have the upper level support, which is cold air, and that can help support some of that snow on the back side of this. We'll see. It's going to be on the tricky side. So here's a look at our forecast into Birmingham. There's your rain. You see those temperatures into the 40s, and then they will be cooling off, of course, as we head into the overnight hours. Atlanta, you get it as we head a little bit later into the day. So over the next 24 hours, your clouds are going to start to thicken, the rain's going to start to fall, and then, of course, into Florida, we have that possibility for thunderstorms on the west coast of Florida, Tampa to Naples. That is a big stretch of real estate here because the system stretches all the way down into the Gulf of Mexico, and it's going to be coming through. It looks like around time that everyone's heading to bed, Jim, which can either keep people awake or it can soothe them to sleep.
Yeah, if it's just a gentle rain. Hopefully not the winds aren't howling with that. So let's
here on who's going to get what. Because the South, you know, we don't typically get loads of snow. So even if it's an inch, we get very excited. And Jen was saying it's not enough to sled, but I bet you there are going to be some people out there trying to sled on the grass where we'll see most of this 1 inch accumulation.